Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife, Marie. And you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hi, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
Hey, friendos, and Larson.
Also Cal.
Welcome to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to, found right here at youtube.com/Stephen Larson, and wherever podcasts are available. We're also on the Patreon, patreon.com/Stephen Larson. All sorts of great reward tiers. Let's see if I have graphic up available to me. I do. For the Friendo Care package, which you can get a $20 tier, I would dare say best value. You get all this stuff pictured here if you're watching on video. For those listening in the audio realm, I'll describe what is displayed here. First, Going In Raw comic book. Story inside can only be told within the pages of a comic book. It would cost way too much money to do that to a major motion picture, miniseries, television series, stage production, YouTube series, any sort of anthologized series like Amazing Stories. Pretty much any sort of filmed product would be impossible because it would cost too damn much.
Costs a lot of money, huh?
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
I mean, there's a giant frog in a diaper, a giant eyeball. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to spoil the story for you. I kind of feel like I said too much. 3 stickers, one of Steve's head, one of my head, the old school Going In Raw logo. You get a postcard with Steve and I's name on it, and then a double-sided poster, Top Notch Super Best, and Mecha Santa. Also at the $20 tier, you can get your video questions or your text questions on Matt Chat each and every week.
Did you say top knot?
Oh, sorry, top knot.
Top knot.
I liked it every week. It's very subtle. But, you know, it's like every day before we start, we have a discussion about how you're doing your hair.
How am I going to wear my hair? Because
like
the friendos always comment on something with a beanie. Like, he looks like Corbin to when I have my hair down. It's like, oh, he looks like Billy Ray Cyrus.
I'm going to get that one.
Not this time. Top knot.
Top knot super best.
Top knot super best this time.
Top knot super best.
This is my top knot.
Top knot.
And it's a super best.
And it's a super best. It is a fine looking top knot, I'll be honest with you.
Thank you.
We got one new patron, Joanne Laurie. Thank you very much. Especially I want to talk about this Joey Janela Enzo fight.
Oh, I know.
We're going to save that for overrun today.
How redonkulous.
Did you see the video of it?
There's a video?
There's no video of hands being thrown, but there's a video of Enzo trying to square up to Joey, and Joey kind of doing that. We'll talk about that in overrun.
Yeah, what a little weirdo.
So it's interesting. Interesting stuff going on in the realm of pro wrestling where I think, like, of all the concerts, Blink 182.
Blink 182.
How do you know they were still around?
I know. You'd figure those guys, I didn't know they're touring in New Jersey, or I didn't know they were even relevant.
I don't know either. Like, I knew the one guy, the guitar player, he's like obsessed with aliens.
Yeah.
Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
He's like super obsessed with aliens and UFOs and such. So
yeah.
I don't think he's in the band anymore either. That's what I thought I read. I don't know.
Weird.
I'm never a fan of their music. So
they're okay.
What do I know? Anyways, talk about things that were okay. Maybe at points much better than okay. Let's talk about Smackdown this week. What were your thoughts on the show?
It was okay. Nothing really stood out to me. I mean, there were a couple cool little highlights. You know, I enjoyed Kevin Owens. You know, was he shooting? I don't know if he was shooting, but he was saying some stuff.
Yeah, he was speaking for the WWE Universe.
He was speaking for the WWE Universe.
Sure. I thought there was some interesting developments. I mean, you mentioned the Kevin Owens thing. We teased or thought last week they might be on the precipice, the verge of doing a face turn with him, and sure enough, it took about 2 weeks to get that in the can.
Yeah.
And he's already massively or relatively massively over. All it takes is one shoot style promo and a stunner to Shane McMahon. You're like the hottest thing in the company.
He just has to stun the authority.
I know.
And then just speak the truth.
And if they're smart, I know a huge if, they will end Extreme Rules. Main event Extreme Rules should be Roman and Undertaker versus Shane and Drew. And the show should end with Kevin Owens running out there, stunning Shane, so Roman gets the pin on him, and then the show ends with Kevin Owens dropping stunners on everybody.
Yeah,
faces or heels.
That would be amazing. But I was like, because
and they stand the turnbuckle, middle fingers raised.
Middle finger.
Start doing that. Calling for beer.
Hell yeah, you know Kevin Owens. Oh, hell yeah. What do you know, Shane? I kick you with a stunner. You know, it's funny. I know there's going to be some tomfoolery. This match is going to get overbooked.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's going to get so overbooked. Like, do the Revival have anything to do in this?
Yeah, they got a match against the Usos.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was like, they're going to come out.
Still entirely possible.
They might come out. Elias is going to hang out there.
Definitely.
You know, Kevin Owens is going to come out.
Hell yeah.
This is going to be like a super overbooked match with Kevin Owens coming out there, giving out stunners, learning from Stone Cold himself. That's all I know.
It's not bad, Kevin Owens.
It's my little Kevin Owens.
Apart from that, though, I really like how they utilized Shinsuke Nakamura. He's been off TV forever, and he was vicious. He absolutely manhandled Finn Balor.
He did. He kicked his butt.
He beat the hell out of him.
Yeah.
That was a dominant performance, and that was good that we see Nakamura be given the respect and that he deserves by Creative, because when he's on, he's about as good as anybody.
Yeah, no, when he feels like work going, he can go.
Yeah.
But it's funny because is that a new intro for him with like the band prep?
He's had that since his heel turn.
Oh, really? I've never noticed that.
Yeah. It's a bummer they kind of did the version of this theme he has now is great. But I'll never forget. We went to NXT Brooklyn 2, the one where he won the NXT title for the first time.
Yeah.
And I have never been a part of a crowd as electric as that.
Oh, I'm
basically.
sure.
Apart, maybe the only other time I could think of was when Seth cashed in at Mania 31.
Yeah.
But leaving the Barclays Center that day, everybody was walking through the concourse singing in unison Nakamura's theme.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a pretty cool moment.
And it's funny because I've never seen him in that really long, like, red trench
that's
coat.
a relatively new thing.
Yeah, I was like, what the? And then I'm glad he wasn't wearing, like, all red again. He had that black to go with the red.
I'm still not sure how I feel about his leisure suit he's kind of wearing now.
The whole one suit? I think
know. That's probably a Vince thing.
That's a Vince thing because he's not exactly the most muscular looking dude. So I'm sure they're like, "Hey, you wear this suit. I want you to cover up."
Part of the reason they made Baron wear t-shirts because he had a little tummy.
Oh, he's got he's got tummy face.
Yeah.
No, that's been around forever.
Well, I mean, that's what's going to happen because he's probably 60, 70 pounds heavier when he's playing in the NFL.
Oh, dude, he's huge.
Yeah.
I remember he was telling me about that, how big he was. I was big, huge, big man. Yeah, he's a big dude.
So he had to drop some weight, and of course, you got a little extra skin left there.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it does. I thought the Tag Team Summit stuff was fun.
I enjoyed it. I really, really did enjoy it.
The new Mustafa Ali promo I thought was really good. The Aleister Black Cesaro bit was so over the top.
Dude,
it was
two
like
Bond villains.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
It was like two Bond villains,
but like 80s Bond villains.
Yes.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
Very good.
Very good, I know. It's Cesaro taking his mouthpiece out and stuff.
He got his braces on.
It was, it's weird. But
you know what? I think having braces is going to help him.
Yeah.
Because he really has to work on his like English and his how to pronounce things better.
Yeah.
Now that he has braces in.
Yeah.
Because now he can't talk like, having the braces in. So.
What if he's going to have a retainer after the braces? That's going to make it even harder.
Oh, man.
I remember I had to relearn how to talk.
He'll probably get
retainer.
I'm surprised he can get like Invisalign or something.
I know.
Like,
yeah, you'd think that might be. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah,
because he only got braces, I think, because that one tooth of his got
knocked
up into
his
his
tooth
skull.
got all jacked up, so then he just went straight braces.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, interesting.
Maybe he has to do that
Two
for a while to keep his tooth from falling out or something. Anyway, the show kicks off outside the arena. Dolph pulls up in his car. They said, a little lower third. It was earlier today. He's got an interview with, I don't know why I wrote Dasha here, with Kayla. And while he's talking to Kayla, Kevin Owens pulls up behind Dolph, starts honking his horn.
And his like sweet
Dodge Charger. Yeah. He gets out of the car, gets his luggage. He and Dolph start arguing, and then Kevin Owens punches him. They brawl.
Yeah, they start going at it. It's cracking me up because when Kevin enters scene, he's wearing a crew shirt that says Extreme Rules on it.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like, I don't really need to do anything. I'm going to be part of the crew this time. So maybe that's his idea process. He's not going to have a match. But then he starts going at it with Dolph.
He and Dolph are supposed to be the main event. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like he shows up to the arena last week and he's like, and they're like, "Hey, Kevin, we got all this free. Here's some free shirts."
Yeah.
And he's like,
"Yeah,
I don't want to do any laundry on the road this week. I'm just gonna wear all this free stuff I got.
Exactly.
This is the last clean shirt I have.
Yeah, he's on
it
the
says
road.
Extreme Rules in the back. That's the next show. I'll promote it."
Yep. Sounds about right.
So they're brawling. You got security and the B team trying to break it up. Eventually, Shane runs in all sweaty and says, "Dolph, backstage with me. Kevin Owens, you're out of here.
You're out of here.
You're banned from the arena today.
Yeah.
Get out."
And it's funny because like all those security guys are all extras.
Yeah.
You can see how Kevin's taking full advantage of using them by like jumping up on top of him. And they all they have him up in the air and he's elevated. And then you have Danilo, who's from New Jersey. I'm sure he knows a lot of those guys because he used to wrestle back in the day. He was like, you could hear Danilo being the more vocal one of all the group of telling like Kevin to get back and telling the guys to get him back. So it's like little things that like cracked me up because when Danilo, you see when Kevin pulls in, you see Danilo doing the Sasquatch thing where he walked by, he turned, or like from the movie Signs.
Yeah, like alien walks through the scene.
You know, and then he tries to help, and like you see the B team in there trying to break up the fight. Yeah, it was, and like only 2 people were on Dolph, and then you have all the security dudes.
I know.
And then Kevin's like up in the air, had a bloody lip.
I know,
too.
he got busted open.
Oh, it's like, oh geez.
Yeah, it made it seem real. He's intense. He was like wiping the blood off his face.
Yeah.
So the show starts live. You have Shane do an interview with Sarah, I think, and he explained why he canceled Dolph versus Kevin Owens. He said Kevin Owens, he was the instigator of all this. He's banned from the arena today. He needs to cool off. And then he was asked, well, what's going to be the main event? And he goes, I'm going to think about that, and I'll let you know later. And then we're down in the ringside area. Commentary's talking, and then you hear Kevin Owens talking.
Yep.
So he's stormed into the arena. He's standing behind the barricade. He hops over, and he starts shooting on the McMahons. He brings up when all the McMahons were in the ring, December 17th, right here in Sacramento, saying, we're going to start listening to you, the fans. And Kevin Owens says, the only thing we've gotten since then is way more Shane on TV. Nobody wants Shane on TV. Nobody here watching. Nobody in the locker room. Shane runs out on stage. He has the production truck or production board, soundboard, cut Owens' mic. Owens grabs another and says, hey, there's another one here, stupid.
Yeah.
And says every time Shane calls himself the best in the world is an insult to the entire locker room. Says everyone in the locker room thinks Shane can kiss their ass. And Shane goes over to production again, walks over there, and is like fiddling with sliders, trying to get the right mic to cut off. They finally cut off his mic. Kevin Owens grabs Byron's headset, starts screaming at that, and says he would never call himself the best in the world. And he starts shouting out a bunch of underutilized talent.
Yep.
Apollo Crews, Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali, Asuka, Authors of Pain, Kairi Sane. I might have missed a name or two in there.
No, I think that was pretty
because
much.
Shane was talking this whole time
Yeah.
too. And then eventually he runs off. Great stuff.
Yeah.
When Kevin Owens is out there delivering an impassioned promo, there are a few better, if anybody. The way that he can get through that, hit all his beats. I'm sure this wasn't memorized. I'm sure it was bullet points.
Yeah, I think so too. He had a direction on what to say, and they can trust Kevin.
Yeah.
So they just gave him like, go out there and say this kind of stuff.
Totally. Totally.
And I feel like whenever you have a guy who goes from crowd to like the ring and like starts going crazy or whatever, just starts talking on the mic, that gets the crowd super duper excited, which helps the viewers get excited
Definitely.
too. So because when you hear their excitement, it's like, oh, I'm getting excited. This is awesome. Like Kevin Owens is like, really given to Shane on the mic. I thought it was great. And then Kevin runs away, and like Kevin has that like when his voice, he does the intensity voice. It just.
Oh, it's great.
It's awesome. It delivers every single time.
Yeah.
Instead of like a lot of guys when they talk, they have that one tone. Kevin can like go. He knows how to go on a range with his voice.
Totally. And it's for 2 weeks now. Kevin Owens has been pretty much saying what's on the mind of everybody watching WWE. Last week he was like talking crap about Dolph. Why are you even still even here? Yeah, it was your time 8 years ago. Time's over. Get out of here. And now complaining about Shane being on TV. I mean, these shoot-style promos are a lot more common in WWE than they were years ago.
Yeah.
But if they hit the right nerve with the WWE Universe, they still really work, especially when you have guys like Kevin Owens dropping it. Because, man, magic on the mic is Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And though he was banned from the arena, that was not the last we would see of Kevin Owens during the course of SmackDown Live television. But before we move on, here's a word from the sponsor for today's episode, HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, you can get easy seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered directly to your door. All you have to do is cook it up and enjoy.
HelloFresh makes cooking awesome meals at home a reality, regardless of your comfort in the kitchen. From step-by-step recipes and pre-measured ingredients, you'll have everything you need to get a delicious dinner on the table in just about half an hour.
Yeah, break out of your dinner rut with 17 seasonal chef-curated recipes each week, and there's something for everyone, from family recipes to calorie smart and vegetarian, and fun menu series like Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame. You know it's going to be something else.
Fame.
When there's a recipe Hall of Fame and craft burgers. And after trying HelloFresh, I can tell you it's pretty darn awesome. The wide variety of recipes offered have all been great. And the beef bulgogi, fantastic.
Ooh, nice.
The pork burgers, talk about craft burgers.
Pork burgers?
Oh, man, those were good.
I'm going to have to try one.
Yeah, man. He had some jalapenos that you were kind of like pickled in pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Magnifique.
Yeah, delicious. Everything was super easy to cook. And right now, friendos could take advantage of HelloFresh's special offer. Get $80 off your first month by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and using promo code GoingInRaw80.
Yep. You can get $20 off your first 4 boxes by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and entering the promo code, one word, GoingInRaw80.
Yes, and thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's show. And you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to HelloFresh.com/GoingInRaw80 and using the promo code GoingInRaw80, all one word.
One word.
One word.
And the 80, those are numbers.
Those are numbers. Yes, thank you. Yes. Going back to SmackDown, I'm so happy to see Shinsuke Nakamura involved in something.
He's back where he should be doing what he's always been doing.
Yes.
You know?
Kicking ass in the ring.
Yes.
Because for about 2 months, we haven't really seen him.
No.
He was in a non-title match against Finn Balor. Before the match began, they did a couple picture-in-picture promos. First, Nakamura, he was speaking really quietly. And I
couldn't hear what he was saying.
Yeah, I had the volume turned down on my TV because my kids were
what?
sleeping.
What
so
was
I had a hard
he
time
saying?
hearing. It was short. It was probably great. I should have rewound it and turned it up. After that, Finn Balor, he says, I know Nakamura. I've known him for a long time.
15 years.
Yeah.
Man, that's a long
He says
time.
He's been known to sow chaos, create destruction. This is not that Nakamura now. This is a different Nakamura, more dangerous.
Yeah.
Because he's a bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
Fun match, really fun match, and Nakamura dominated the proceedings pretty much bell to bell.
Yeah, he took control. It's funny, there's stuff that he did differently in this match that I haven't seen before, but there's this move, a spot that he totally took from, I don't know if he took it from John Morrison or Johnny Mundo does the same spot.
Oh, the German suplex spot?
Where he slides in and like hits a guy back.
Yeah, I've seen. Oh, who else did that? I've seen other people do it too.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, that's really clever way. It's like a cool way to utilize like doing a different type of German.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
I always pop on that.
Yeah.
So seeing Nakamura do that and then like kind of the way he walks out of it, pretty smooth.
Yeah.
But he was awesome in this.
Yeah. It looks like he'd fully recharged his battery after not being on TV for 2 months.
Yeah.
Towards the end, Nakamura goes for a Kinshasa. Finn counters with, this is actually a really cool sequence. Finn counters with a sling blade. He goes to the top for a coup de grace, and then Nakamura kicks him off. Finn's sent to the outside. Nakamura goes to the second rope, hits a jumping knee, sending Finn off the apron to the outside. And then he tosses Finn to the ring post, then the barricade, then the ring post again. Both beat the 10 count. Nakamura tosses Finn outside again, hits Finn with the Kinshasa. He goes back in. Totally cool. The count out victory.
Yep.
Finn beats the count. He rolls in. He's just barely past the ropes. Nakamura kicks him out again, drives Finn to the ring steps, props him up against the ring steps, hits a number of knees on Finn against the ring steps. Finn again beats the 10 count, and Nakamura's like, the hell with this. Kinshasa, I win now.
Yeah.
Nakamura goes over. He just beat the hell out of Finn Balor.
Yeah, and it helped that he had to absolutely destroy Finn and get extremely ruthless and just have to murder him because that kind of also shows how much it takes to take out Finn.
Exactly.
So a lot of the time, sometimes they say like a win's going to build you, but sometimes a good loss can build you up more.
Totally. This shows Finn's heart.
Yeah, it shows Finn's heart. And Nakamura had to do some dastardly things to, get the W.
Totally, and I appreciate, appreciated that it was an instance like during the Nakamura's feud with AJ. he always had to be conniving and sneaky and go for low blows.
I know,
and stuff.
which wasn't like they ran that so many times.
I know.
It's just like, okay.
Like what AJ put a cup on.
Yeah,
you know what he's going to
seriously.
do.
He never did.
So rather than being kind of a cheating heel, it seems like they're kind of redirecting Nakamura to be a truly villainous.
That's what they should do with all heels.
I know.
I get sick of the same tropes all the time. Oh, we're gonna kick you right in the ding-a-ling. That's how I'm gonna win. You know, like when Seth did it to Brock. There's just I could get behind that because when Brock's a heel, he just smashes, just violent.
Yeah. But you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do in that scenario. But for like Nakamura, who's so damn talented, they can find way more creative ways to get him to win with heel tactics than just hitting somebody in the dick.
I know. It's kind of far too often when, unless you're a huge, monstrous individual.
Yeah.
Someone like Lars, who's massive and huge and looks like they can just toss anybody around the ring. Those are the only heels they book as monster heels.
Yeah.
And if you're anybody else and you're a heel, odds are you're a cowardly heel where you need help to win.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see Nakamura, who's tall, but he's not the most muscular guy, go out there and physically dominate a match because it's not something you see unless you got someone like Braun or Lars or Drew.
Yeah.
Who's just a huge physical specimen.
Yeah, but I will say with Nakamura's size, it helps that he doesn't have to be like a jacked up guy because he's more strike oriented. He's smooth. He's slick. Like that's he to me, I've always thought he looks like an anime villain. Yeah, with the way he works,
especially now with the trench coat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why. He needs to just be a slick, anime style villain. That's how I see him.
Yeah. So Nakamura goes over. I would assume if it hasn't been announced yet, there would be a Intercontinental title match, Extreme Rules between the two of them. I don't know if Nakamura's. I don't know. I'd like to see this feud carry on for a while because I think there's a lot to work with. Yeah. They've known each other for a while, as Finn said, due to their time in New Japan. I'm sure they could probably do some interesting promo stuff if given the latitude to do so, and could make for a pretty fun feud. Next, Shane, Drew, and Elias backstage. I kind of recapped what happened on Raw the previous week with the Gary Garbutt stuff.
Gary Garbutt.
Thankfully, no one threw to a video package because it was completely unnecessary at that juncture. You really just need like a sentence to throw back to what happened to Raw. And if people are curious, they'll go on YouTube, watch the clip, or they'll try to find the show.
Yeah, they don't have to rehash everything that happened on Raw. It's just like that's what SmackDown was always known for. It's just the rerun of Raw.
Yep.
They didn't need to bring it up.
No. And then Elias says he's working on, quote, the perfect funeral song for The Undertaker. And everybody kind of looked at him weird.
Is it going to be spooky?
Yeah, I know. Dolph runs in. He interrupts the conversation. He said he's mad about his match, his main event tonight being canceled.
I believe he said bogus.
Yeah.
He used the word bogus.
So in 2 consecutive episodes, we've heard someone say dude
and now bogus.
Some writer's been watching Bill and Ted's.
Oh, I know. Yeah. They're like, the new Bill and Ted's coming out, man. We got to start saying dude and bogus.
Someone's catchphrase soon is going to be excellent.
Excellent. Gnarly. We're going to hear some gnarly ones.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And Shane says, all right, you want to be in the main event, right? Dolph says, yeah, I'm a main eventer, which is debatable. But I admire his moxie, his drive, that he wants to be in the main event. So Shane says, you'll be in the main event. You're taking on Roman Reigns. And to Dolph's credit, he's like, cool, let's do it.
Yep.
I'm not scared of the big dog. After that, we had a video package for the Joe and Kofi feud. This one I didn't mind because they're trying to do a lot of build in a very short period of time.
Yeah.
So kind of give us a recap. It's fine. It was well put together.
Yeah, Joe reminds me of, like, whenever he speaks, I get, like, the Marlon Brando vibe from Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
The way his delivery, you know.
His promo last night was great.
It was awesome. I was waiting for him to say, you're an errand boy, Kofi.
His good promo talking about how he's going to, chip away at Kofi until he exposes who Kofi essentially truly is, someone who uses people.
Do you think that they're going to guys are going to have their own style of promos? Like, for instance, we have Aleister Black now in the dark room.
Yeah.
We see, like, coming up, we're going to see Ali have his, like, outside camera shoot. And then we're going to just see when Samoa Joe has to send his message, he's going to be in that.
It was like a rusty backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's something they're going to keep, where they're going to have guys, this is where you're going to cut your promo. This is where you're going to cut your promo. That'd be different. Because, like, when I cut my promos, I have that fake, backdrop of, like, the forest. Just something. I don't know if they're gonna do that or with the guys. They're gonna keep them in their own promo themed area.
Yeah, I don't know,
because they did that a lot with Bray.
Yeah, they did,
and that was hit or miss with Bray.
It was.
So that was something I was thinking about. I'm like, oh, is this Joe's gonna be in a rusty shack?
Maybe
He's in like an outhouse.
Oh, that fits with his character.
I don't think it fits for him. Should be on the beach.
Yeah, maybe. Because he lives in SoCal, right?
Yeah, this is Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
That's where he should be. Cutting promos.
He should just, shoot on the beach,
Yeah.
on the balcony of his condo or apartment or house,
That'd be
whatever.
great.
Another great promo from Joe. He's one of the best on the mic. Gosh, give me Samoa Joe Kevin Owens program.
Oh man,
That's got to be coming up.
yeah.
If we're getting tweener Kevin Owens. After that, we had the Nikki Cross Bayley contract signing. This was pretty cool. They were talking back and forth, and Bayley asked Nikki's. Bayley saying, "Alexa's not your friend." Nikki's like, "No, she is my friend. You wouldn't know it because you don't have your friend anymore."
You wouldn't know.
And then Bayley asked Nikki, "What's going to happen when Nikki wins? Oh, sorry, when Bayley wins and Alexa blames Nikki for it?" And then Nikki counters with, "Well, when we win, we're going to be co-women's champion."
Like Michelle McCool
Yeah,
and Layla.
Yep.
When she said that first ever, I'm like, what about La Cool?
Lay Cool, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Lay Cool.
Yeah, they were co-champions.
Yeah.
And Chyna and Jericho were co-intercontinental champions.
Yeah.
And then Nikki says, "Hey, sit ringside. Behold what I'm going to do to Carmella." They have a match next. Nikki Cross versus Carmella. Finish sees Nikki avoid a super kick from Carmella. She hits her twisting, spinning neck breaker deal for the win. Nikki's got all the momentum going into Extreme Rules. However,
Yep.
when she loses to Bayley, Alexa's definitely going to blame Nikki for the
Yeah,
loss.
yeah.
And then the so-called friendship's going to come to an end.
Yeah. I will say though, Carmella looked really smooth in the ring.
Carmella's great.
She was looking smooth. She did a cover up. She rolled away, gave out plenty of space. Like she's gotten really, really smooth. I remember like watching her first match, and it was okay. I mean, they did step for step with her, but like now she's gotten so. I would love to see like a 12-15 minute match with her, like kind of more of an indie style.
Yeah.
To see how she can acclimate to that.
She's whenever she has like a match with Charlotte, they're good.
Yeah.
Like she's got a pretty decent suicide dive. She delivers a great super kick.
Yeah.
That submission moves, the code of silence is great, and the way she has transitioned into it has been really good at times.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's improved a ton.
Yeah, she's gotten really smooth.
You can tell she's put in a lot of work to improve in ring.
Yeah.
Hats off to Carmella.
That's something I noticed right away.
Yeah.
And, she doesn't – I think she's a utility player, man. She can kind of do it all.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, everyone's talking about Enzo on the thread, but it's just like, Enzo's like, she's just an actor. It's like, dude, she's not an actor. She's a legit wrestler.
Yeah.
She knows how to work.
And she's great on the mic, too.
Oh, she can do it all. She's great. They're going to use her for a long time.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Next, we're backstage. The Iconics were leaving the women's locker room. They run into Paige, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Paige says Asuka and Kairi, there's a video package too. I see this about the Asuka and Kairi beating the Iconics in Tokyo, thus earning a tag title shot.
Yeah.
And Paige says, "We're here to collect. We want this title shot tonight." And then Peyton says, "No, Billy's sick." Paige says, "What's wrong?" They give different answers at the same time.
Bird flu. Mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease. It's bird flu, mad cow.
Bird flu, mad cow.
And then Paige says, "You're cowards, you're cowardly, and you're clowns." Billy steps up to her. Paige slaps the heck out of her.
Oh, I didn't like that.
No?
I wasn't a fan of that because she can't wrestle.
Yeah.
And she's a manager.
Yeah.
Managers shouldn't be putting hands on people's faces, especially when she physically can't. It's like it's taking advantage of your disability. Like, I don't know why that bugged me. I'm like, why? You're gonna.
It'd probably have been better if Asuka had done it.
If Asuka would have just done decked her something else, but I was like, Paige, it's not cool.
The one thing I didn't really care for, and maybe it kind of, I understand that they put Paige with Asuka and Kairi so she can do the talking for them. Even though I think Asuka and Kairi can comport themselves plenty fine on the mic.
They don't really need a manager.
They don't need to say they don't. They don't need to say a ton on the mic.
Yeah.
And when they do, it makes it more impactful.
Yes, exactly.
So I just worry that Asuka and Kairi are going to kind of fade to the background a bit.
That's exactly why I wasn't a fan of the Paige slap.
Yeah.
It's like what you're taking the spotlight
exactly
from the girls that actually have to perform in the ring, and that to me just kind of bugged me. But I will say that I really enjoyed the Iconics.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, they should have a sitcom or like
I know.
a comedy or something. They're and when I was in developmental with them, when they first pitched the idea of being a pair, and they were like, no, we don't want you to be a pair. We want you guys to be your own superstars because that's where we see the money in you guys. I didn't say the money, but that's where that's the direction we want to see you guys.
Yeah.
Kept pitching. We should be a group. We should be a group. And it's like they were being very forward about them wanting to be a group. I mean, I remember going, like, when I was hurt, I'd watch them. We do practice shows or whatever, and like they had the same gear. They would always do promo class together. Like, you can't teach that kind of chemistry. Like, it's built up over a long series of time. They knew each other in high school. I know Billy's a little bit older than Peyton. Like, I heard them like do an interview with Lillian Garcia, but yeah, they really, really work really well with each other, and like, you can't. Yeah, they're awesome. I would like to see them. I like them with all their segments. I know a lot of times backstage, I think they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Sometimes in front of the crowd, they really can get kind of obnoxious, but their backstage stuff is always really good. Like, they were always great in promo class.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah. A lot of that too, though, is when they're out in the crowd, their promos are really. I don't know. The tendency is to kind of troll the audience a lot.
They troll really hard.
A lot, and sometimes, unless there's a really good line, people are just gonna be like, "Oh, we're just kind of moderately annoyed by this."
Yeah, that's how I
rather
feel.
Than booing.
Like, I think they're like, some people can do it backstage better than they. Like, their presentation sounds. They're really good on their backstage segments.
Yes, they are.
I love their backstage segments.
Oh, when they were doing the iPhone stuff in NXT.
Oh,
that was
great.
So good.
Their little like quips, and they know, like, they have great chemistry.
Totally.
Play off each other. Yeah,
Totally. Yeah,
they're
they're
a TV show with
yeah,
them.
they need like an Edge and Christian style skit comedy show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're getting this title match. I don't think it's been announced for Extreme Rules yet. Next, we got a Gary Garbutt, Cedric Alexander recap video from Raw. Right after that, Roman Reigns interview talking about how he's got put in a match with Dolph tonight. He doesn't care. He's big dog. It's his yard.
He was soft spoken.
Yeah.
Very soft spoken Roman.
I feel like they're finally letting Joe be Joe.
Yeah.
In terms of his character, he just seems like a cool, mellow dude. And after the interview was over, he was like, "Thanks," and it seems so genuine.
Crazy night. That's what he said. Yeah. Crazy night.
Crazy night.
And then he goes, "All right, sweetie, goodbye."
Yeah.
He called her sweetie.
Yeah.
He's like the soft-spoken dad.
Totally.
Hey, crazy night.
Crazy night, huh?
Well, goodbye, sweetie. I got a match. Bye-bye.
Oh, man.
Soft-spoken Roman Reigns.
I know. Mellow Joe.
Mellow
Chill
Joe.
Roman, man.
Chill Roman. You guys called it.
Next, we had the Tag Team Summit. First out, the New Day. Big E was talking about how he was disappointed when he found out this three-way match wasn't just a three-way. Xavier Woods had a nice interruption. He goes, "Sir!" And then transition to something else. And then Big E says, "Well, I'll be happy after Extreme Rules because we'll all be champions. We'll all be touching our championship tips."
Dude, who wrote this?
Probably Big E.
Even because, okay, here's the thing. They wrote that. They had their bit. But, dude, the Heavy Machinery, like, Otis was saying some, like,
oh, yeah,
innuendo stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, it feels good.
Yeah. I mean, his catchphrase is, "I'm coming."
I'm coming! Dude, the whole time I'm thinking of, like, they're doing these, like, sexual, like,
oh, there's full of innuendo.
Totally,
yeah.
all these innuendos.
And it's
like,
funny.
We're going to be all champions, and we'll be touching
championship
tips. And we'll be 6-time champ,
Yeah,
and then,
it was great.
And then I cracked up because then, like, Daniel Bryan came out.
Saying they're making a joke of the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah, making a joke, and they don't take anything serious. And then they do a Maury Povich, like, "Who's the father? Who's your dad?"
That was great.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods goes, "Well, I want to hear what Rowan has to say."
Yeah.
First, you were taking orders from Bray, then from Luke Harper, then from Daniel Bryan. I just want to know who your daddy is.
Who your daddy is.
Oh. Man.
Yeah, then Heavy Machinery ended up coming out. Tucker sounded better on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He sounded good.
Just takes reps, I guess.
It takes reps, and it's for him to find his voice. I don't like it when he goes, "Me and brother Otis here. My brother Otis." It's like, dude, just talk normal.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
It's like he's trying to shout and whisper at the same time.
Yeah, me and my brother Otis, we're going to be right here. That's right. It's like, come on. Tuck. I know you. I've known you since you were in high school, dude. Change that up.
And then Otis steals a New Day's catchphrase, saying that he and Tucky are going to be your WWE Smackdown Tag Team Champions, all while gyrating his hips.
And then you just see Big E and them doing that, like stop. But
doing
then
that.
what cracked me up is that you hear Otis goes, "Feels good."
Yeah.
After you say, and then he goes, "We're gonna have a match tonight."
And I'm coming.
You know what? I don't know how long they're gonna go with heavy machinery and how long that works, but I can totally see Otis becoming like a Mark Henry sexual chocolate gimmick.
Yeah.
Something like that. Because he just I'm coming.
Yeah, he's got quite a personality.
Dude, I've known Otis since he was 12.
That's crazy. I remember you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like first time I saw him, he looked like a little Brock Lesnar. Because I was wrestling the 16 underage group. I took 4th in the tournament or whatever, and I'm like sitting down like in the stands, and I see like this little Brock kid walking around, and he loses the match.
Yeah.
And I remember he was hot at the coaches, so I don't know when Otis, and it was him. He goes from I know his real name, goes from that to like being this goofy like funny kid.
Yeah.
Because he was like really when he was
Super intense.
He was a little boy. He was intense.
Wow.
Like he like his like. Coaches like put the hand on his shoulder because he lost. He did the like arm thing, like stormed off all mean and mad. And now he's just like this goofy like little kid. It just remember to sit in the stands like, okay, looking down at the thing, and I see this brawly kid, and they announce like the name, and you just Nico. I know his real name, so I always remembered his name and stuff.
Yeah.
But what's cool in that tournament was. When you placed in the tournament, Danny Hodge gave out the awards.
Oh.
So Danny Hodge gave out like the medals and stuff if you placed in the tournament.
Huh.
So that was pretty cool.
That's cool.
So we all got to meet Danny Hodge.
That's cool.
If you placed. If you didn't place, you don't get to meet
You're
Danny
going to
Hodge.
meet Danny Hodge. No Danny Hodge for you.
Yeah.
Then we got a triple threat match: Daniel Bryan versus Xavier Woods versus Otis. They had a ringside brawl and a referee ejection for Rowan, Big E, and Tucker to reset the match and work at a commercial break.
Yeah.
Which was all right. After a commercial break, we see Daniel Bryan puts Xavier Woods in the yes lock. Otis breaks it up. Otis ate a ton of yes kicks.
He did.
Daniel Bryan was peppering him with all sorts of kicks to his legs, to his abdomen. Daniel Bryan goes for the final one. Otis catches it, drops Daniel Bryan with a power slam. He sends Xavier Woods out of the ring too, hits the caterpillar on Daniel Bryan, but then he wins the match. Following a pop-up power slam to Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
You could tell that they really like Otis.
Yeah, they really, really like him. And he has a great attitude.
Oh, he does.
He's a really great kid. The whole time, you see he hit that double suplex. He's hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's good that he's got low like center of gravity because
yeah.
he can do that. I was like thinking about, can I do that? And I don't know. I have too much length or whatever.
Yeah.
But he goes boop.
Yeah, he had him up there for a while.
And I'm like, damn, that's not easy to do.
No,
I don't think it'd be awkward to see like Strowman do it because he's just such a big, tall guy.
Yeah.
Like trying to like get them up like that
and then balance them up.
Yeah, but man, and this is funny, like seeing Daniel Bryan working with Otis, because I remember I don't know, whenever I see Daniel Bryan with somebody who's not as experienced as much as he is, and with his concussion problems, I'm just please be careful. Please don't hurt Daniel Bryan. He's a treasure. He's like, I know he's a hard worker and he can do everything, but to me in the back of my head, I'm like, still think he's delicate.
Yeah.
And totally. And I'm just like, oh, please, for the love of God, don't hurt him.
And anytime he takes a shot close to the head, I just wait. And every time he does something, the first thing he does is grab his head.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if he knows that's what people are going to think.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's going to take a shot to the head. Now he's going to grab his head or take a power move. First thing he does is this. I'm like, oh God, don't be.
It scares me. So then, like, I love Otis to death, but him in the ring, I'm like, Otis, please, for the love of God, be careful.
Yeah.
Xavier's got his own thing set up with his life. He does. I don't care how with Xavier's stuff. I'm like, Otis, please be safe.
Yeah.
Don't hurt Daniel Bryan.
There was one little rough transition to the power slam when he caught that last yes kick.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's what it was. It was just a little. It was like Otis was a little too close to catch the kick, so it seemed a little wonky. But otherwise, Otis did fine.
He did good.
After that, we're backstage in catering. We see Drake Maverick poke his head from underneath the tablecloth.
Yeah, I thought
and
it was
the
funny.
camera pans or tracks across. Follows Ember Moon as she turns, and she walks right into Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. There's some crap talk.
Yeah.
Mandy and Sonya are kind of being mean girls. Pretty much saying Ember Moon has no friends. And then Mandy tells Ember, if you could find yourself a tag team partner next week, we'll have a match.
Yeah.
And then they said, if you can find somebody.
Yeah.
Ember says, well, if I don't, I'll just take you both on.
Yeah. She got all pissy because they just went to grab some oranges.
Yeah.
Ember Moon did.
Well, they broke her Switch.
Oh, well, big deal.
So she's got huge beef. That's an expensive gaming system.
It is. It's $300.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
With all the expenses.
She's been hot about that for a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, all the expenses of traveling on the road, you don't make it on the shows a lot. $300 might be a lot of money.
Yeah, but they just came out with a new Switch.
The handheld one.
The handheld one came out, I think that's something I'll probably get.
Yeah, I might get that for my wife for her birthday. She doesn't listen to the show, so it's fine.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, I don't know. Ember Moon she has a weird way of like adjusting her attitude and personality with certain segments. And that's something that I've always noticed. Like they walk up and then she's like, "What, you gonna come in front of all of us?" And then Sonya and Mandy they're so great together. They can they're able to like kind of avert that kind of stuff pretty easily. But yeah, I wonder what this segment's gonna entail. I was also cracking up because Mandy looked like she was like 5'10".
Oh yeah.
When she's really not that tall. She's the same exact height as Ember.
Oh,
So I'm like, when did she grow all of a sudden?
She must have some crazy heels
She has some
on.
crazy heels on.
So I guess the safe bet as far as Ember finding a partner would be Carmella. Carmella's had some beef with Fire and Desire. It'd be cool if we can have Liv Morgan get involved in this, because we haven't seen her since she's on TV since she's running SmackDown.
In the ring, dude. That's where she thrives.
Yeah,
she's so damn smooth and great in the ring. There's a couple wrestlers which is just like you don't need to keep building them with backstage segments. Like that just comes with more experience, like being around there. So I'd rather just see her. She could probably take acting classes, something like that. Because that's like Edge and Christian have been saying for a lot of the guys, like take an acting class to like elevate your promos and communication skills. But her in-ring stuff is awesome.
It's phenomenal.
I don't really care to hear her banter with like.
I feel like every wrestler should take at least one cold read class.
They really should.
Yeah.
It helps a lot
because it's in the environment, seemingly on the main, where you're handed a script minutes before you have to deliver it. Having some basic cold reading training where you know which beats you need to hit.
I think what sucks is that when Dusty was having a guy come in that was an acting teacher to help with the guys that were had more established characters. But I don't know if they have that guy come back I don't think they do anymore. Yeah. So I wonder.
After that, great Mustafa Ali promo, saying essentially evil only wins if people aren't willing to fight.
Yep.
He said he talks about his experience as a police officer in Chicago. Pretty much saying he's seen the worst of people, not from just the people he served, but people he served with.
Yep.
Great stuff. Well delivered. He's the man.
I was waiting for him to say, and also, don't do drugs.
Oh, I know.
Walk away.
Or him saying, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. So this kind of pivoted back to the vigilante idea a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'd be interested to see when he starts implementing this character in full on TV, if they ever give him that opportunity. Anyways, Mustafa Ali's the best. Another great promo. After that, we found out who knocked on Aleister Black's door. And they did this by split screen interview for some reason.
They're probably in the same room.
Oh, totally.
It's the same curtain. Everything's the same.
Yeah.
They just have that little split thing.
They might have had a curtain between them just to keep up the illusion they're not in the same room.
I was waiting for him just to like pat the other one on
I know,
the
that'd be
shoulder.
great. That'd have been funny.
Yeah.
So Aleister's sitting there in the split screen. On the left side of the screen, there's a chair. On the right side, no one sitting in it. And the commentary says, well, apparently it looks like the knocker has chosen not to reveal himself at this time.
Very good. That's something I would do. Very good.
Yeah, and you hit this right on the head when it's two Bond villains. Eventually,
Dude, seriously, two Bond
totally is.
villains.
Someone walks into frame on the right side and looks to be like a beige or cream-colored linen suit.
See a little hand on the chair.
Circles it a few times. Sits down. The camera pans up, and it's Cesaro, and he has his mouthpiece in. So he pops his mouthpiece out and says, "I am the one who knocks,
and I am the one who's here to pick a fight with you."
And basically, Alistair's all
Mr. Black. Oh, Cesaro, Mr. Cesaro.
Yeah. So he was like basically ecstatic that the fight was happening.
Very good, Mr. Cesaro.
Yes. So
super Bond villain, and we got to see the debut of Cesaro braces.
Yeah.
That he was. I don't know. I haven't seen him in braces.
Oh, we've seen him a little bit.
Really?
He didn't do a lot of talking, but when he and Sheamus used to do little promo bits, he had his braces.
He has braces on.
He said,
or he just kept his mouthpiece in.
Sometimes he'd keep the mouthpiece.
I've always saw him keep the mouthpiece in. I always just figured, why does he not use?
It's almost 2 years he had to get the braces.
Really? I've just never.
Because it was at No Mercy 2017. He jacked up his tooth.
Yeah.
Or teeth.
But I didn't know, because usually when don't they have the metal wiring behind the teeth usually, not in front?
Maybe it's just
for that kind of tooth thing, but
maybe it's just the nature of what he did to it. He had to, but it's been 2 years. You'd think.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it wasn't like his teeth seemed terribly crooked to begin with.
No, well, I remember I had braces. I
did too.
I had braces from 5th grade up until the end of my 8th grade year.
Yeah, I had them for 3 years too.
Yeah, so like 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah. My teeth are really crooked though.
Yeah, my bottom are crooked right now, but my top. Yeah,
your top teeth are ridiculously straight.
I know.
Your orthodontist did a really good job.
Yeah, he did. Thank you, Dr. Anderson.
There you go. That's one of the first things when we were sitting down here talking about things like, wow, Cal's top teeth are perfectly aligned.
It's ridiculous.
It's a perfect bite.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get Alistair versus Cesaro at Extreme Rules. That's gonna be great. Let them do what they could do. Put on a classic. Next, another Shelton Benjamin interview. Where he was asked about the main event for the evening, and at first, he just did his gifable reactions. Then he said, "Well," but the mic wasn't turned on.
Yeah, no, the mic was far away. Here, well,
and they just more looking around and smiled and walked off.
He forgot what
he's the gifable man. I guess that's his gimmick now.
Say a meme.
Yep.
Make him a gif.
Next, Sarah or Kayla is there to interview Kofi, but before Kofi is introduced, Paul Heyman walks through the frame. I guess just to put the thought in your mind that Heyman's there. Brock could be there.
I'm saying that, dude. He's still going to do double duty.
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling.
And then, so Kofi gave an interview talking about Joe, hyping the match Extreme Rules. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Can't wait. And then finally, our main event, Roman versus Dolph. Shane, Drew, and Elias are all ringside. Shane, in fact, joins commentary team during the match. Towards the end, the ref is tending to Dolph after Roman punches him. Elias distracts Roman in the ringside area, which allows Drew to come up behind him and ram him into the ring post. Later on, Elias hops up on the apron. He hits a Superman punch. Dolph hits the zigzag. Roman kicks out. Dolph gets ready for a Superman kick. Instead, Roman hits him with a Superman punch. Dolph kicks out. Roman gets ready for a spear. Dolph is starting to get up. Drew pulls him out of the ring. Roman lays everyone out with that over the top rope dive.
Yeah.
Almost landed on his face.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He over jumped it, which is something that happens to a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
Is how do you measure the distance and the leap and all that stuff?
Yeah. Especially when you don't do it that often.
I know. So when he did it, I'm like, oh God, they're a little too close to the ring. They didn't, and that's not really on them. That's kind of on how Roman's checking his distance.
Yeah.
But I noticed too in the whenever whoever the producer is or who helped put the match together, they obviously were told, hey, make sure that they don't do a lot of stuff in the beginning, go as slow as possible, just to put over Shane's commentary.
Yeah.
That was, to me, that was all that, this match is going so slow because they just want to have Shane hit his beats in the commentary.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
And I'm just like, oh, man, hurry
Shane
up.
should be an emphasis.
Yeah. The whole, and then it was funny to hear Graves and Shane just giggling like two best friends the whole time on the mic.
There's two things I failed to point out earlier. One, in the backstage bit between Drew, Shane, and Elias when Dolph walked in.
Yeah.
I was looking at Drew's face for all the interaction between Shane and Dolph.
Yeah.
And Drew, it was like he was fighting not to roll his eyes.
Yeah.
Given, he was in character totally their past history, which is great. He had a smirk on his face the whole time. And there was one point where Corey said a line, I don't remember the context, But I think the line was, yeah, that's like believing your girlfriend when she says she's going to the gym at 11
p.m. Yeah.
And they cut the mics, and you could tell everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
And they do a shot of in the ring. You see back in the background Corey doing this, trying not to laugh. You know, him and Tom Phillips are just dying.
Oh,
laughing.
I'm sure.
And then Byron has to talk. He has to carry commentary for like a minute while they get themselves together.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was a great line.
Anyways, back to the main event. So Shane gets in the ring while everybody else is ringside. Dolph super kicks Roman. Owens runs in, hits a huge stunner on Shane.
Yeah.
Crowd goes crazy. Back in the ring, Roman fights off a zigzag, hits a spear for the win.
Yeah.
While Shane's still selling the stunner in the ring.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens changed his Twitter profile picture to him stunning Shane.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about Kevin Owens stunning Shane. Stone Cold Kevin Owens 316. That's the era we're in. There's potential there to make a ton of money off this tweener anti-hero Kevin Owens.
Yep.
If they follow the early kind of template with Becky Lynch when she had her heel turn, but people were like, no, we love Becky.
Just let her be her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let him be him.
Yeah.
And put him in scenarios where he's doing what the fans want to see him do, talk trash and beat people up.
Yeah.
He will get massively over.
Yeah, yeah.
If they focus too much on him just being in talking bits without him stunning people or beating people up or drop people with apron power bombs, he will lose momentum. That's like we've seen with Becky. There's just too much needless storyline. People want to see her talk trash and beat people up.
And just back it up.
Yep.
They say what they say, and they always back it up.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it more interesting when they do it, because they just talk, and they get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, we're not that's a whole Bray Wyatt thing.
Yes.
Where Bray would just talk, never was
And
able
then
to
lose.
back it up, lose, and it's just like, we don't care. We have no interest in what you have to say. With Kevin and like him having the KO show, him bringing people on, him being brutally honest about stuff with them, and then him kicking their ass to the stunner. You know, it's perfect.
It is. Let's take a few questions. Here in the Discord, Cody Miles says Cal Idolo with the top knot.
Calidolo.
Like Almas has the top knot.
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah.
El Idolo. So sorry, Cal Idolo.
Idolo.
I gotta say it with the L for it to roll off the tongue properly.
Yeah.
Dom L says Kevin Owens name drops. Oh, Liv Morgan.
I don't know if I heard of Liv
I
Morgan.
might have missed that because Shane was talking while he was shouting out names too.
Yeah, he might have Liv, or just he probably said it.
Liv, yeah. Dom L says the debut has to be near. I wouldn't be surprised as Liv is Ember Moon's tag team partner.
That's not a bad idea. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I would too. Travis, top knot for the win. Minion TM69, 3-man team for going in Raw with Cal. Make it happen. This is not the last. This week is not the last week you'll see Cal on this show.
Yeah.
Mark my word.
Mark my words.
Caleb McGee, Kevin Owens versus Joe for the title at Survivor Series? Is Survivor Series in Toronto or SummerSlam?
I have no idea.
SummerSlam.
Is it? Oh, SummerSlam is going to be in Toronto?
I believe
Oh, that's
so.
kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be huge. You have Kevin Owens
Yeah. Huh. Were they planning this the whole time?
going for the WWE title. I don't know. I feel like Kofi's title reign's been really good. I feel like there's a lot more they can do with Kofi as champion. It seems a little early. Carlos Padilla, Owens versus Shane at SummerSlam to end heel Shane. That seems more likely at this point.
I'd be down with that, because it's just, I have fun with Kevin berating Shane the whole time.
Wang Choco, I went to the doctor and all he did was suck blood from my neck. Whatever you do not see, oh gosh, Dr. Acula.
That's a good joke.
That's a funny.
That's a good dad joke.
That's a dad joke, 100% dad joke. Let's go to the Patreon here, see if any additional questions. Excuse me. Where did I put it? There it is. Put up kind of late. My apologies. Only 11 questions. Maybe we can get through them all. James Francis, is the Shane McMahon faction WWE's way of doing something similar to Triple H NXT New Evolution group? Oh, like a loose... I don't know.
No, I don't feel like it.
No, I wish they would actually make it.
They don't have a title for their group or faction.
I know.
And sometimes when they do put a title group, it doesn't last that long. So maybe they're just thinking like, oh, we're not going to make it a thing. Because let's just say the booking changes and we don't want to keep everyone together, so therefore we want to put a title over it to give it more importance than it really deserves.
I also kind of feel like they're going to be transitioning off of, like, after Extreme Rules, this whole Roman Shane thing is going to be done.
Yeah.
Shane's going to pivot to the Dolph Kevin Owens storyline.
Yeah.
Drew is probably and hopefully going to pivot to Undertaker at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And hopefully Drew goes over. He needs that kind of win. He needs a huge win.
He needs something to like get more momentum.
Yeah.
Because even that, it just, whenever I see Drew with Shane and Elias, it just doesn't fit right.
He shouldn't be a henchman.
He's my heater. Like, that's what Shane said. He's my heater.
Which is a funny line, but
yeah.
No,
I don't want to be your heater.
Drew is an alpha. He's an alpha male.
Let him. He's so much. He just should be on his own. Like, I liked it if Corbin was in that role.
Yeah, Corbin's
like
henchman.
It feels aesthetically better looking at Elias, which he wears pretty much clothes.
Yeah.
Corbin wears clothes.
Yeah.
Shane wears pretty much a clothes when he wrestles and stuff.
Yeah.
That just seems like it looks better. But then you see Drew walk out and it's like looking like a badass wrestler.
Yeah.
Not like in a suit or anything.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity.
It doesn't flow with me, man. I don't like it.
Well, just you look at Drew, you hear him talk, you see his mannerisms, you think he should be the guy.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be one of Shane's stooges. He should be the guy.
Dude, he should be like just have his own thing.
I know.
Him and the Viking Raiders should have swords and axes and just destroy people.
He should be the leader, not a follower.
Yeah, he's a leader, man. He's not. It's because that's like in 3MB, that was his role. And it's like, God, come on, you're wasting your time.
And he goes out in the indies, and he's amazing.
He's a total alpha badass.
Yeah, and NXT, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And like I understood putting him to a degree with Dolph to kind of reintroduce him. And they had the storyline laid out where Drew gets tired of Dolph losing, and he turns on him and annihilates him.
Yeah.
And becomes top heel thereafter, and they botched that. And did anything good with
they
it.
had him like at first. I'm like, oh yeah, like Drew just killed Kurt Angle. I'm like, here we go. This is
totally.
the Drew I want. And then they
like a lot of things. They never follow through on it.
Yeah.
Rich the Smash Bro, thank you, Kevin Owens, for making the first 10 minutes of SmackDown better than the entire Raw broadcast. Kevin Owens is the man.
Yeah, he's great.
Ejeka, am I the only one who's nervous about another Kevin Owens Shane McMahon feud on SmackDown? Hopefully, if they just take it to SummerSlam and put it and let that be that. Then it's fine. But
and then they can finally, because then by the time when the Fox deal comes,
October,
which is the same time as AEW's.
Yeah.
God, dude, these guys are. If by then they can just be rid of it and just be done.
Yeah.
And like they said, I know Heyman doesn't want like an authority figure
on Raw.
That'd be so good. And just
I know.
I hope that same rule carries over to SmackDown. No more authority figures.
I hope so.
It's getting redundant.
It's getting played out. Rich the Smash Bro, Heyman was on SmackDown. Think he was asked to go over there for the day. I wouldn't be surprised if, at least until Bischoff takes over SmackDown full time, if Heyman is helping out. And maybe he's helping out Bischoff get up to speed. I don't know what their relationship is.
Yeah,
like.
I have no idea.
Larson Hunter, creator Greg Morris, can Kevin Owens help turn Sammy face? Sammy is a much better face. I think Sammy could be a good heel. He just really hasn't had the right heel persona.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough because I love Sammy as a face in NXT. I think it's his personality that makes him as a heel in the back. I think there's something where Vince is like, oh, this guy annoys me. Mm-hmm. He needs to be a heel because he annoys me. I don't know. I'd like to see Sammy get like leaned out and then just go on 205 Live and then just do some of the stuff he used to do as El Generico.
Yeah.
Like doing brainbusters on the top turnbuckle and like showing more athleticism that he can do instead of like getting beaten.
Being a losing wrestler.
Yeah, being a losing wrestler. It's because he's such a damn good performer. I just want to see him perform.
Totally.
You know, I could care less if he's heel or face.
I just want to see him do what he can do in the ring.
Yeah, I just want to see him in the ring.
Logan Finsterbush, how do you think the conversation went with Samoa Joe asked Aleister Black to use his room to film a promo? It could have been the same room. They just could have changed the lights.
Yeah, they changed the light. The whole time the back curtain was like goldish.
It was like a rusty color, whereas they just didn't light it and it looks black.
Yeah.
So Joe probably just went all mellow. It's like, hey, can I use your room?
Are you the one that knocked?
I know. Are you here to pick a fight with me?
No, I got my own thing going on right now.
I picked a fight with Kofi. Don't you pay attention? I know you're stuck down here in this room all the time, but you should really pay attention to what's going on.
You know, I cracked up because you see Aleister in that, or you see him in the room, and then you see like the guy adjusting.
Oh, I know.
I was like, Wait, he had a camera crew in there the whole time?
I know.
It's like, no.
Well, like we were talking about this last week, and someone on the YouTube comment says, "No, Alistair's not there at the arena. He has his own room somewhere."
Oh, I know.
I'm like, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He has his own room
He's obviously
in
just
Orlando, Florida, in the garage where him and Zelina work out. And
Yeah,
do
they turn
kickboxing.
the lights down.
Oh, right. All right, let's go to that back curtain. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It didn't happen.
No, that's not the way it goes down. Mondo Vulgare, since this is the second time Owens has feuded with Shane, is that a sign that Shane, and by extension Vince, really likes him? Could he be in line for a big push as top face on SmackDown? I think Vince does really like him.
Yeah.
And I think Kevin or Triple H really likes him. I think that was evidence when Finn had to drop the Universal title. Owens was the guy that got it.
Yep.
I think it was evidence that they really like him.
It just shows that, like, the Indies, Kevin carried so many damn promotions during his time in the Indies with Ring of Honor and PWG, and he's just good in that role. Like, he can
handle the pressure.
He can handle the pressure.
Totally.
He's a utility guy, man.
James Rodriguez, would you have been surprised if Owens mentioned CM Punk or Jericho when talking about how insulting it is that Shane refers to himself as best in the world? No, I think I'd be surprised if you can't mention those names in WWE these days.
Best, and you know what? Greg Hamilton did a much better, announcing job than Mike Rome. Dude, he's so good. And I was saying, like, before Greg Hamilton was, before he got into the whole announcing in WWE, he worked beauty pageants, and he would do announcing stuff there.
Yeah. Jose Alaguna here on YouTube says, "Hey Cal, #SCO Ducks." Is that an Oregon reference?
It might be. I have no idea.
I'm guessing that is because knowing that you went to Oregon State, he's trying to create beef.
It's fine. It's okay.
Captain Cutter. I've been watching Kevin Owens since he wrestled for my local promotions many years ago. I've said it then, I'll say it again. Is there anything he can't do? I believe he should be top guy, or at least utilized in the top role for the foreseeable future. What do you guys think? Kevin Owens could do it all.
Yeah.
He's great in the ring, great talker.
Yeah.
And if they're give him a really good opportunity to be a tweener, a Stone Cold type, and don't get in his way, he can be massive.
And it helps the move having the stunner as his finish, because you don't need to be a physical guy to hit it, because like him hitting that pop-up powerbomb, it helps when you're a big, powerful looking guy. But since he's naturally athletic, he's quick, he's explosive for the way he looks, he can hit that anywhere.
Yeah.
And it looks like it could,
Well, here's the thing too about the pop-up powerbomb. It takes a lot of setup.
Yeah.
You gotta toss someone against the ropes, pop them up, and then powerbomb.
Yeah.
Stunner is bang,
Boom.
quick.
Yeah,
You
quick.
can dole those out left and right.
Exactly.
Logan Finterbush, who do you think Ember Moon's tag partner will be next week? Liv Morgan, possibly Mickey James. Everyone else is already in a feud, I believe. It's either going to be Carmella or Liv Morgan. I hope Liv Morgan.
I give it to Liv. I think Carmella's got already enough things going on with her doing the 24/7 title of truth, and like she can hang out with Bailey or something. I know Sasha Banks might be returning soon.
Yes.
Like they keep hinting about that.
Totally. Rich Hardesty says, "Hey Cal, #Go Beavs."
Go Beavs!
There you go. What is the football game called in Oregon between Oregon State?
Civil War.
Civil War is what
Civil
I thought.
War.
There we go.
Yeah.
Rich Smash Bro, Kevin Owens spoke for every single WWE fan last night. How amazing was that to hear? That's his new gimmick.
Yeah. Singing the praises of the fans.
Yeah. Anyways, it looks like that does it for us. Patrons, YouTube members, stick around. We'll be back shortly with non-news. We will talk about Joey Janela.
Yes, I am
Enzo,
looking forward to talking about that.
Worst fist fight ever.
Yeah.
By Janela's admission.
Yep.
So anyways, we'll talk to you soon. Until then, goodbye.
Bye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.